Hey YouTube, I haven't done a video in a really long time, and I'm going to be keeping my voice down because people are sleeping right now. But this video is going to be mental health related, and I'm going to be talking about something that happened to me recently that's been really affecting me, but I don't know, I'm just going to try and talk about it, and hopefully, this reaches out to other people who might be experiencing the same thing, or just anxiety and mental health in general. That's the point of me putting myself out there on YouTube, is to kind of reach out and help other people. So let's see, where do I start? So I was robbed by two men about a month ago, and on December 19th, I was leaving my house. I was walking up to the bus stop, and it was 10:30 at night, and it was kind of just started snowing. And that day I had like anxiety, and I was like, whatever. It's just like, I usually deal with anxiety and seasonal depression like most of my life, but usually I've had a handle on it. I can deal with it. I find ways to deal with it. So, I'm walking to the bus stop, and it's late, it's dark, and I had my purse with me. And I was going over to the guy I'm seeing's house just to hang out and stuff. And so I had my purse, and I put my wallet there was like $50 cash, because I think we were going to go out that night, but then we realized we were just going to stay in and save money. And I had all my ID, my identification cards, my credit card, everything was in the wallet, and it was a really nice wallet too. And then there was my iPod, my prescription glasses I need to see. Like I forgot what it's called. I have trouble seeing things far away, so I need more of my glasses sometimes, especially if I'm like watching TV or it's late at night. I had my medication for anxiety that was in there. I had I had a big bag of makeup. It was like this. I actually replaced everything like the same that it was, so this is what it looked like. And it had brand new makeup. I swear there was probably $200 worth of makeup in there. And I just bought all this nice makeup too. It had my agenda, which I think that's the part that I really miss, because my agenda, I always have like a leather book that I write my schedule and like things that are on my mind, and like doctor's appointments, and just like important information, like so much in there. And my birth certificate was in that agenda for some reason. I think I needed it that week for something, so my birth certificate was gone. And what else was in there? Brand new clothes I just bought. Brand new like gorgeous ram necklace, because I'm Aries. I just bought this for myself for Christmas. That was in there too. What else was in there? Just a lot of things. My wallet, clothes. It kind of makes me upset thinking what was in there and what I lost. So anyway, I was holding this purse that I just got. Brand new purse too. So I'm walking to the bus stop, and I see that the bus is coming, because the bus, the first stop goes right in front of my building, and if I miss it, it like loops around the neighborhood, so I can actually walk up the next street and can still catch it. So I saw it coming, and I sat down, and I see these two guys just walking up the pathway that I just walked up, and I couldn't really see them. They're just young guys. I didn't really think much of it. They walk up, and they go behind the bus shelter, and I was like, I didn't think of anything. And the bus starts pulling up, and I get to the bus, get my bus pass out. My purse was hanging off my shoulder. I guess I just didn't know better, but it was hanging off my shoulder. And the bus door opens, and I put one foot on the step of the bus, and I feel a tug on my shoulder, and I'm like, the fuck? Like, am I caught on something? Am I caught on like, maybe, because usually there's someone on a wheelchair that gets on that stuff, so I was like, am I caught on someone's wheelchair? Like, what the fuck? And it just happened so fast, and I look over, my purse has been taken off my shoulder, and there's a guy with my purse in his hand running off of it. And there was so much adrenaline. The only thing I knew was like, I want my shit back. I'm pissed. That's all my stuff. My store key, my house key was also in there, so I was freaking out because my store key is my job. Like, I need to protect that key. That's what I need. So, freaking out, like, oh my god, all my wallet, my money, on my ID, everything is in this bag, like, everything valuable. So, I ran after this guy, and it was a really stupid thing to do, but most of my friends said they would have done the same thing. So, I can't remember what happened with the bus, because I guess that guy just was like, closed the doors and drove away. He didn't, like, do anything. Like, he saw these guys run up. Like, the guys were standing here, the bus was here, and I was here, and these guys ran up like that. So the bus driver had to have seen them again. Like, there's no way. And there's no way no one on that bus. There was at least, like, from what I saw in the windows, there's at least 10 people sitting on that bus, and they had to have seen it. And just, it makes me feel upset that no one helped me. No one, like, was like, stop the bus, that girl's getting mugged, let's call the cops. No one did anything. I don't know, just what happened all so fast. So I was running after this guy, and it was just terrifying. I look over and I see a guy running beside me, and I was like, oh my god, someone's helping me, someone's gonna, like, help me get this guy. And it was his friend. And the thing is, from my memory, I was so, like, I need to get my stuff back, that I could not see their faces. I could not really see what they were wearing. They were, like, wearing gray hoodies and, like, caps, and they both had backpacks. And as they were running away with my stuff, they were laughing at me, and I just, like, started panicking, and I was, like, crying as I'm running. And, like, I'm a pretty fast runner, so I just booked it after them. And I think at one point they looked back, they're like, wow, this girl's actually, like, she's actually running after us. And I was in high-heeled boots, too. So, and this happened all outside my building. So I was running down the path where I just came from, and running through the parking. There's 2 parking lots near my building, so running through those parking lots, and I was like, I really, like, this, it could have been so bad, because I was running down an icy patch. I could have, like, fallen face first and smashed my face. Like, it was just crazy how fast I was going. And it was just so much running through my brain. And then finally I was like, help me, like, I was screaming at the top of my lungs, like, help me, I've been robbed, like, someone help me. And I think at that point it was like, I'm alone. Like, there's no one here to help me. There's no one, like, there's all these apartment buildings, and no one was like, hey, like, we're calling the cops on you, or, like, it was just such a very vulnerable moment, I think. And I think that was the scariest part of everything. So I was running after them, and then I was running through the park again. I ran a good 4 minutes after these guys. My chest was starting to there's so much anxiety and so much, like, adrenaline in my heart. It was just, like, starting to hurt from running so much. It was just I was in so much pain. And I finally kind of saw the end of them turn around an apartment building, and that was the last of my shit I saw. And so I stopped, and I luckily had my phone on me, so I called 911. I was like, hey, I just got robbed, but I was freaking out so much that the guy was like, you need to stop, you need to calm down, like, I can't hear you. So I just forced myself to calm down. I was like, I need to call the cops now. And I ran back into my apartment, and I'm, like, freaking out. I'm like, oh my god, I've been robbed, like, this is insane, like, I can't believe this is happening. It just happened so fast. And I called the cops, and the cops showed up pretty quickly. Showed up within a few minutes after the call. And they asked me what was happening, and they showed me the place where I got robbed, and it was really crazy. There was, like, 6 cop cars, because they were stationed at all these corners of the neighborhood to try and scare these guys. And the cop that was dealing with my case was really nice. Like, he knew I was in shock. Like, I was sitting in the cop car as he was asking me questions, and I was just sitting there, like, shaking, and I was, like, texting my friends and people I knew, and I was, like, texting the guy, like, I'm seeing, like, yeah, so I might come over, like, way later, because something crazy just fucking happened. Like, it was just so crazy. And I was texting my dad, I'm like, I'm okay, I'm just in shock right now. And the whole time sitting in that cop car, I was like, I just can't believe this just happened. Like, that was just so fast. And at first it's like, well, my shit's been stolen, I'm mad, like, that's a lot of money. And it was, like, a few days before Christmas, so I was kind of screwed for Christmas. And I'm just sitting there, like, I can't believe it. Like, I've lost my wallet before, and it's a terrible feeling, but I've never lost, like, all my valuables, and including the journal, which has all my personal information. And all these things are going through my mind, like, oh my god, like, my store key is gone, like, my house key is gone, like, everything's gone. Like, it was just so crazy. So they weren't able to catch the guys. I tried to do my best to give the description, but that was the frustrating part. It's like, I don't know what they actually looked like. I could tell they were young guys, I think in their late teens. So, because the whole thing happened around 10:36, because I checked my phone before I got on the bus. And I think the whole ordeal with all the cops trying to find the guys and the cops like going through the police report, I think everything kind of settled down by 11:45, and then that night I went over to the guy's empty house. He was nice enough to pay for my cab because I had no money, like I was no money, and so that kind of cheered me up. And I think the first few days I had a lot of adrenaline because I was still in shock from what just happened. So I didn't really realize that I was about to develop like post-traumatic stress. So I do remember, I think a week after this thing happened, I had a nap and I woke up with crazy heart palpitations, like what the fuck? Like I didn't even drink coffee, and like this is crazy. Sometimes I get like heart palpitations when I wake up from naps, but this is weird. And I had like this like surge of anxiety just like go over me. And like I said, I've dealt with anxiety, depression my whole life, but this was nothing I've ever felt before. It was just so overwhelming. And it just went over me. I called a friend and just to talk to them, and like I just talked to a bunch of my friends, and you know, that helped me a lot. And then I just drank some water because it's usually something I do to help me deal with anxiety. And I was like, I didn't think much of it. And then I think two weeks later was New Year's Eve, and that was a great night. But actually getting ready to go to my friend's house for New Year's Eve, I was waiting at the bus stop for the first time at night where I got robbed. And I just felt like so much anxiety. I was scared. I thought these guys were gonna come back for me or something crazy like that. I had so much fucking anxiety. And then I don't know, I calmed down, and then I had a great New Year's Eve, but it was weird. It was like a trigger or something. So anyway, I think it was fine, and then the first of this month hit. Excuse me. And I refilled my medication, and then was like, alright, gonna go to bed. And then suddenly I had like fucking crazy heart palpitations, and I mean like 120, 130, and it was like for a solid 4 hours. I was like, what is going on? Like, there's something wrong with my heart. Oh my god, oh my god. So I was like, you know what? I gotta go to the ER. Like, this is really freaking me out. Like, I don't know what the hell's going on.